Good evening, crypto world. It is 12:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on 12/6/2019. You've got 198 billion in the market cap and 16.8 billion in the daily, which is down a little bit, but look at the coins. They're going up. Okay, BTC 74.02. It's been hanging around that 74 area. And there's very strong buying at the 7,000 level. Anybody that says it's going to go down to 5,000 and all that garbage, it could, but you have too much going on in the, basically when you look at the volume, 10.3 billion in the daily volume on Bitcoin. And it's basically hovering and staying in that 71 through 74 range. I don't see it going down much. It will probably dip like all coins do, but in this next 4 weeks to 8 weeks, hanging in the 7,000 range, maybe 8 if it goes up a little bit. But you're not going to see much of an increase until probably, in my opinion, the middle of the first quarter 2020, which is really not that far away. 3 weeks left to December. 3 weeks. 2020 is here. Okay, so you've got the news. BAYK CEO Kelly Loeffler is going to serve in Congress briefly, but she will definitely have an influence. Whenever you have a new colleague joining you, they want to know about you a little bit, okay? And then they talk and they get, whoa, oh, really? So that is going to happen. Ripple files last bid to dismiss the XRP securities lawsuit before court meeting. The dismissal motion is basically, it's a little bit weak in my opinion. I think they're going to court. So basically saying that they've, it's filed it too late. No, they didn't file it too late. But what's going to happen in court? That's going to be something else to see. Do I think XRP is a security? No, I don't. But we'll have to wait and see. Craig Wright asked for a 90-day. Oh, by the way, let me just, before we go there again, or I should say go yet to Craig Wright. Before we go there, okay, backing up just a little bit. When you look at what the countries are doing around the world in regards to cryptocurrencies and basically deeming them property, that's where the USA's got to wake up. The SEC's laws go way back to the 30s, and it's just archaic. You got to wake up. Craig Wright asked for a 90-day extension to respond to the latest court motion. Okay, since crypto cybersecurity firm Ledger hires in-house security officer as a new CTO. Speaking of CTO, tech officer, okay, board tech officer. Apollo has a new advisor, George, and he is a CTO with Huawei. Big news. Coming in as an advisor / when they get it done, if they can call him a director, it's going to be a director, but right now advisor. He's an advisor to a couple of the blockchains, and I'm not sure if he's still currently doing those, but he's been in the crypto blockchain world for quite a while. He's been speaking all over the world, and he's from Dubai. And you'll see if you go, basically if you Google him, you'll see that he's got YouTube videos all over the place of him speaking. Ripple boosts MoneyGram investment plans. At the Swell conference, Brad Garlinghouse made some comments, and they are trying to expand more banks. Well, they do a lot. There's no doubt about that. And what they've done in the last year, Ripple has kicked butt on the banking, especially in Europe. So that basically, with the use of XRP in the MoneyGram world, that's something that's really going to do well and expand out. Kraken. Cryptocurrency exchange adds support excuse me, for the Swiss franc. Good to hear. Speaking of support, Polynex, where is that article? I'm going to switch that over right over here. Thank you. Polynex delisted Digibyte after a little bit of a soap opera comment stuff. And when you look at it, basically I am royally pissed my personal data, my friends and family's data, and other U.S. Digibyte customers' most sensitive data is now in the hands of this circus that is now PolyNX, or the TRX shill factory, as we should now call it. And then delisting is happening because they say that Digibyte does not qualify for their stringent stuff. Well, guess what? That is a soap opera. Is it TRX's exchange? Yeah, I would say so. It's definitely, he's got a good amount of control on it. Kraken doing the Frank, very good news. BAYK, Fidelity's interest in Bitcoins, runs averse to crypto fund closures in 2019. BAKKT basically has increased its futures, and it has basically gone where it should have gone right off the launch. The launch was not too well, and then after that it's just started growing and growing. This article, that bank research, what happened to that bank, by the way? Okay, crypto to replace fiat currencies by 2030. Do I see that happening? No. Do I see some countries doing fiat with crypto? Yes. I should say doing crypto national currency. Yes. With crypto? Definitely. Do I see it in the next year? Yes. Especially in Africa. Apollo, and the ADF group. I do see a national currency deal coming. And then when you see more and more of that going around, and especially, what's going to happen in Africa, in the Middle East, is right off the bat with Apollo and the ADF, digital solutions, digital government solutions, and helping out the people. You're going to see a lot of the Apollo debit cards being funded with Apollo, APL, and walk-in exchanges, basically the Apollo banks. People walk in and load up their debit cards, and that's building and building. Lesotho, that's what started it all off, and boys, it's already starting to crank. Opportunities in Africa, massive. In the Middle East, massive. And Apollo's going there. And when I say they're going there, they've done it. That MOU in Lesotho basically opened the eyes of so many of the other countries in Africa. And the ADF group is so influential in Africa. And the calls just started coming in. And what they have for Apollo on the roadmap, which we'll show in a minute, versus the other countries that are calling them, there's just basically a lot going on. Speaking of that, the version bump just happened yesterday for the wallet, and the network work that they're doing. So when you have the branches, the DEX2 was updated 8 hours ago by First Bridge. And this one here was a fix of the test code. And that is good news. I'm a developer, and when you look at what they've done here, the version bump to 1.4, 1.2, DEX UI, this is a whole change in the look and the features. DEX 2.0. The original DEX that's in the wallet at the moment, the all-in-one wallet, is in beta form, and it currently has the ETH and Paxos coins. So, and remember my past videos, if you're new to my channel, Paxos. It's in the exchange that's built into your all-in-one wallet. You can exchange to your bank or to a crypto debit card. And that is really convenient. And there's no KYC or verification process. None. It's your own exchange built into the all-in-one wallet. We've heard about what's been going on with exchanges, IDAX, Hotbit, and so many more over the last couple of years of centralized exchanges going down, CEOs running away with money. Canada. Not in IDAX situation, we don't know what's going on yet. There's no definite clear thing that the owner, CEO, founder has run away with the coins, locked the access away with him only. There's no evidence of that. Now, IDEX has got to come out with a clear statement saying that the lockdown of assets was by their part to prevent him, when he took off, from tampering with it. But we'll have to wait and see what IDEX says. They say they're working on a emergency plan. We will see. But remember this: Who needs all that soap opera? Who needs lost coins? This is built into your own wallet, your all-in-one Apollo wallet. And this black mode is coming soon. And I can't wait for that UI change. Because right now with the white mode, it's a little bland. It's a little, how can I put it? It's not striking. And it's a little bit washed out. It's hard to see some of the text. Not to be too critical, but it's going to be a lot better soon. Apollo Africa, Lesotho, MOU, historic. No doubt about that. I have so many videos, I'm not going to play them now, that have been done in the last week and a half. There's about 50 of them up on my basically Apollo_core, Apollo Core Twitter. That profile page has over 50 of the promo videos. Lock and load, folks. Share them up. Because basically the more marketing that gets done, the better. No doubt about that. And there, George is coming and taking care of business as a advisor. Steve says they're adding a lot of people, the best of the best. So he is coming in. His knowledge, he's a great speaker, and he knows blockchain. He knows cloud. So the guy's good, very good. And he works for Huawei, very good. And take away the politics of Huawei out of the equation. Huawei's huge for a tech company. Tech. And I do mean Samsung competitor. Tech. Christmas is coming, isn't it? I gotta play this one. Everything that's working in Africa, Africa with us, in the Middle East that they're dealing with, they're getting calls from the Middle East, and that is cool. And you've got everything they're working on in Africa. Apollo is doing things that no other coin is doing. That's why my new intro that I made, Apollo Fintech, is their name that they're going to with a rebranding in 2020. The storm is brewing because they're putting so much together. And I do mean so much together. Everything that they're doing, I made this promo up for George to be circulated. Everything's on that page. My God, it's a good looking coin. Here's the stuff. I can tell everyone this. One of those 9 products, so he talked about 9 new products coming out. And will seriously benefit those who have held onto Apollo. The more Apollo you hold, the more you will benefit. Pumping the coin, that's a good thing. And basically, yeah, it's true. But the thing is, the 9 products, everybody's going, well, what are the 9? What is the one he's talking about? Personally, I think that basically you've got, in my opinion, the one that he says is going to benefit has to do with government. Because they're dealing so much with the governments. You got to understand one thing. Dealing in Africa, getting the African people they're using the debit cards, they're loading up Apollo. Okay, the governments are using Apollo's blockchain. That's going to spur many people. Apollo has CEXs being almost completed, centralized exchanges for Africa, so they can get their currencies locked and loaded onto these exchanges for the convenience of having the African currencies in these exchanges. That's why they're being made. 2020, the storm is the first quarter of 2020. Look out. Everything they're doing with DAG, TPS over 1 million. George, I saw a statement by him in the video, talked about how the blockchains that are the future are the ones that are more like enterprise blockchains, being able to handle the multitude of transactions. That's what DAG is. That's what Apollo's building. ARKNET. And the Apollo Cloud, a lot is coming in 2020. So remember this. I said to you a long time ago, getting in on the ground floor. You can't beat these prices right now that you're getting in. And when you get in, My God, this picture was made a long time ago. It's coming soon. Well, guess what? Truly it is. The beta form is not the full form. The full form is coming. The beta that we have right now, say goodbye to it. Coming soon. The full featured candlestick exchange. Anybody that's in exchanges knows about that? Candlesticks? Yes. Coming. ADF Group, Apollo Group, Africa. You will remember this partnership in a year from now as being the one that really changed Africa and changed crypto. That is the best way to put it. Government use of it. And having this set up, the light wallets with the QR code in the wallets to go into the stores and scan right there using the Apollo QR code and pay with your Apollos. That is the bomb. The all-in-one. This is why these governments have signed on, having all the features that dominate. And the ADF said in their partnership, endless features. And that's why this domination that Apollo has, with the speed of 1 to 2 seconds going sub-second soon, the privacy, the utmost, that can even bypass the Great Chinese Firewall, but also public option. Not just private, public too. And that is why, one reason why, in my opinion, everybody's signing on to it for the governments. And then having the 0% inflation, you can't beat that. Apollo's currency is 0% inflation and can be made in legal tender, coins, and paper money. And that's the initial intent of the Africa initiative of Apollo. And then with the ADF signing up with them. So getting this done, the DEX, getting George to lock and load and other hirings that Apollo is doing to get the best of the best. 2020 is going to rock. This website is about to change. Seriously, it is. The rebranding. You won't notice the rebranding of the name much, except for being the FinTech added to it, because that name basically is from the Apollo Foundation being changed over to Apollo FinTech. But for the Apollo website, the Apollo currency website, a complete change, and that's going to be nice. You're going to see the team with George and more added to it. The roadmap updated. I mentioned I would talk a little bit about that. I will, because right now you're going into the fourth quarter, and that new website UI, all this is happening. And then what's going on in Africa, and all I can say is just a few things I know. December is going to rock. It's gonna. January is going to be phenomenal. And when you look at that beginning of 2020, that's exciting. When you look at the news, what I just mentioned, okay? Most of the crypto news sites don't talk about the new products that are astounding. They don't. They don't talk. Did you see anybody go really crazy over Apollo's achievement of sharding? No, you didn't see it. You saw press releases, yeah, from Apollo. But you didn't see the media going crazy over it? No, they didn't. They're asleep at the wheel. Apollo, it's not going to be much longer either. Apollo, with all of what they're doing in Africa and beyond, and I do mean beyond, that's going to be huge. And the world will wake up and see and talk about Apollo. You know why? Because the government's going to be making statements. George is going to be out there pushing. And you're going to see everything wake up to all the advancements of Apollo. And that is going to be the bomb. The media coverage is going to be big in January, maybe even late December, right around Christmas. The media coverage is going to be big. So fun times coming. Ding dong. Everybody, have a good one. This video I'm going to play one more time because it is good. Later.